Hi, hello, welcome back to the class, everyone. So, we already learned how to protect our computer hardwares, right? Today, we are going to learn about the protection of computer software components. So, how to protect our computer software components? You know what is a computer software? Everybody knows what is a computer software. A computer software, data and information in the computer and programs used for various tasks come under the category of softwares. So why we are using softwares to do various tasks. We have various tasks. We are doing all these various tasks using these programs or using the software. We are doing it. For an example, operating system is a software. The word processing software, the file containing documents, the file containing pictures or images. All these are softwares. So in these softwares, there are possible software security issues. Okay. So some instances that may cause possible threat to software and maintain below. So these are some instances that may cause possible threat to the softwares. Okay. You know what are threats. Okay. There are some threats which comes to the softwares. You know what are the threats which are caused to the hardwares, right? Now we are learning the threats which causes to the softwares. You know what are the threats, right? Threats mean, for an example, in hardware we learned that it is not good to switch off the computer suddenly. Okay, it gets damaged. So likewise, in softwares also there are some threats. So some of the threats are natural disasters or terrorist attack. Okay, natural disasters and terrorist attacks, etc. All these things are caused in the when it happens. For an example, we'll say the natural disasters like flood, okay, like earth, whatever the natural disaster, okay, fire, whatever the thing, when it happens, you may lose the things which are inside your computers, right? So that is a reason where you lose, or where it may be a threat to your softwares. Also, unauthorized access mean there are some people who don't ask your permission to get into your computer. Without your permission they can enter to your computer. So because of these unauthorized accesses, some instance it can cause possible threats to your softwares. Also, unexpected deletions of files or overwriting. Okay, so unexpected deletion, suddenly it deleted the file, deleted or overwritten. You overwrite something in your on your file, so you can lose some things, or it can be a threat to your software. Threat of malware, we will learn all these things one by one. Okay, another threat to the software is complications in the operating system, and also sudden power failures. So first of all, they have given you some things here, the precautionary methods to protect software components of a computer. So what are the precautions? Okay, what are the precautionary methods which we have to take to protect our software components of a computer? So one is controlling unauthorized access. You should control the unauthorized access. You know what is an unauthorized access, right? Unauthorized access mean someone will enter to your computer without your permission. That is unauthorized access. So there is, when if you want to control this unauthorized access, it can be provided into two. Okay, it can be provided as the software solution. Okay, or else you can provide it in using the locks and the door bolts. right? So there are logical securities and also there are physical securities. Another one is protection against malware. We will learn what is a malware. For that, we are using antivirus software. So it is a precaution. Protection against power failure, natural disasters, complications in the operating system, deletion of files or overwrite and etc. So for all these things, we can keep backups. For an example, we'll say a flood. Okay, you lost all the things which are in your computer because of the flood. So then it is gone, right? It is gone. Or else because of power failure your computer got damaged, then you will lose all the things, each and everything in your computer, you will be losing them, right? So here what you can do is you can keep backups. Backups mean you can keep a copy, okay, either in CDs, either in another external hard disk, either in uh, the clouds. There are cloud computers, either in the drives. There you can keep a backup. We will learn all these things one by one in the following topics. Okay, right. The first here, providing protection against malware. How we protect our computer against malware. What is a malware? Now you don't know what is a malware, right? Malware is a main factor that can cause a threat against the security of computer software. So the malware is a main factor that can cause a threat against the security of the computer. So what is a malware? You don't know what is a malware. Maybe you have heard it for the first time. Anyone who knows the malware? Anyone if there out there? Anyone who knows the malware? Have you ever heard about the malware? Right. So what is a malicious software or malware? We call it as malicious software or malware. What is a malware or a malicious software? Malicious software can be defined as any man-made software, okay, any man-made software or part of a software that functions against the requirements of the computer user and designed to intentionally cause damages to software installed in the computer, data information stored in the computer, computer networks, and perhaps computer hardware devices as well. So, in short, okay, if I told it in short and sweetly, malicious softwares are harmful softwares which are made by the human being. Malicious softwares are the harmful softwares for the computer made by the human. Softwares are two kinds. It means there are good softwares and also there are bad softwares for the computer. So the good softwares, we are using them to do our task in the computer. For an example, to write letters, to draw pictures, to do presentations, okay, to edit videos. So these are good softwares. Bad softwares are the malicious softwares or the malwares. So malware are the software. Malware or the malicious software are the harmful software for the computer made by the human. Now for an example, there are virus, right? Which comes to us. For an example, COVID-19 or the corona, it is a virus, isn't it? Dengue, it is a virus. So these viruses comes to our body. It enters our body and makes harmful thing inside our body, isn't it? Like that, malicious software, when it entered to your computer, it makes damages. Now understood well? As it is explained here, malicious software can be defined as any man-made software or part of a software. It can be a full software or a part of the software that functions against the requirements of the computer user. Now, for an example, this is a software, right? So when I close this software, it doesn't close. When I open a software, my computer offs or my computer gets restarted. So every act in the computer or every requirement which is needed by me, needed by the user, functions against me. Then you should understand, there is a malicious software in the computer. And also the malicious softwares are designed by the human designing. And it causes damages can be done to the software installed in the computer. It damages the software in the computer, and it damages the stored data and information in the computer, and it damages the computer network. What is a network? A network is a collection of two or more than two computers. The connection or the interconnection of two more than two computers are called as network. We will learn about the network. Okay, this is a small introduction about the network. So if you connect computers together, it is a network. So it harms the network, computer network, and perhaps sometimes also it damages the computer hardware devices as well. There are several types of malware. Some of them are hybrid in nature. Hybrid mean what? It acts as two. Acts as two. In malwares, there are hybrid malwares also. Hybrid in nature. That is, they take different forms. For an example, from time to time, they operate in different forms. For an example, a malware that behaves as a computer virus at a time behaves as a Trojan horse at another time. So one time it acts as a virus, computer virus. Another time it works as a Trojan horse. So it can act as two. So let's go to the types of malwares. There are a lot of types of malwares also, but I am not always okay. Understood? There are a lot of types of malwares, but we are learning only about 4 malwares here, right? So computer virus is a type of malware. Computer worms is a type of malware. Trojan horse is a type of malware. Spyware is a type of malware. Now you know the types of the malware, right? Now let's see what does each malware do. For an example, a computer virus, okay? Computer virus means what a virus does, what a computer virus does. A computer virus is a main malicious software that gains entry to computer software and files, and which is capable of replicating itself and designed to spread from computer to computer through portable devices. It can delete or modify data, information, and it can corrupt software as well. Okay, listen to me, okay? A computer virus, it is a main malicious software. It enters to the computer, okay? It enters to the computer and attaches with the files. Understood? It goes to the files and stays with the files. Now for an example, the corona goes to our lungs, right? It attached with our lungs, isn't it? That's why we can't breathe. You know that, right? Like that, computer viruses goes to the computer files and folders and attach with them. Okay. After that, how it spreads? When you connect a pen drive, you know storage devices, right? When you connect portable devices, it goes to the portable device. Then you bring that portable device and put to your computer, right? You connect it in your computer. Once you connect in your computer and open that folder, it comes to your computer. Now understood how computer viruses comes to the computer? It comes in the portable devices. Now understood? If yes, put a yes. It spreads with the computer portable devices and comes to our computer in portable devices. Computer virus என்று செல்றது வந்து portable devices ஈக்கிறதானே pen drive, CD, DVD, external hard disk அந்த மாதிரியான portable devices. இந்த வைரஸ் இந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர் வைரஸ் ஈக்கிற ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஒன்ல நீங்க அட்டாச் பண்ணினேன்னு சொன்னா அது நார்மலி வந்து கம்ப்யூட்டர்ல ஈக்கிற ஃபைல் ஃபோல்டர்ஸ்ல போயிட்டு அட்டாச் ஆகுற சரியா அதுக்கு பிறகு நான் பென் டிரைவ் வந்து அந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர்ல போட்டு அந்த ஃபைலை எடுத்தாண்டு வைங்களே இப்ப அந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர் அந்த ஃபைலோட வார நீங்க அந்த ஃபைலை எடுத்துக்கொண்டு வந்து உங்களோட கம்ப்யூட்டர்ல போட்டு அந்த ஃபைலை ஓபன் பண்ணின உடனே அதுல ஈக்கிற வைரஸ் உங்களோட கம்ப்யூட்டருக்குள்ள வார இப்படித்தான் அந்த வைரஸ் வந்து பரவுற நான் அண்டர்ஸ்டுட் okay computer viruses attaches with the files and folders in the computer so when you transfer these files and folders through portable devices to another computer it spreads to the other computers now understood so when this virus spreads to my computer what happens it can delete or modify data and information and it can corrupt software as well. It can delete things in my computer without I know. It deletes it. Understood? Right. Computer worms also does the same thing which the computer viruses do. Okay. It also deletes, modifies the data and corrupts the software in the computer. But it spreads in another method. That means if you are connected to the internet, okay, now computer viruses spreads with the portable devices, isn't it? It comes to your computer when you put a portable device. You know that, right, guys? When you are connecting portable device, when you are connecting pen drives to your computer, viruses can come to your computer. But here, computer worms, it comes through the internet and the network. If you connect to the internet, computer worm spreads to your computer from the internet. It comes from the internet. Now understood? It causes damages similar to those of viruses. However, the main differences is that it spreads across computer networks or internet without the support of a host program or any human interaction. Next one, Trojan horse. Trojan horse also a malicious software. It is a name, okay, Trojan horse. While it seems a useful software at first sight, it will cause damage to the user secretly once he begins to use it. This is a software, okay? When you see that software, you think that that software is a good one. It is a useful software. So what you do, you click it and open that. Once you open that software, it causes damages to my computer. Spyware. Spyware also is a malware software that secretly collects data about a person's computer usage, internet usage, and etc. and sends them to the relevant party without his knowledge. Data and information too can be provided to the other party secretly through this software. So spyware means, you know what is spy? Ottupakara. Spy means spying. Now for an example, we'll say Asma and okay, Asma and Amal is talking. Then I go and spy. Spy means I am listening to them secretly without they know. That is the spy, right? You know what is spy. Here spyware, this spyware is sent by a person to my computer. For an example, I want to see what Atik does in his computer. So what I do, if he is connected to the internet or something, I send this software to your computer without you know, okay? It comes, it enters to your computer and secretly collect each and every data of you and gives it to me. That is what is done by a spyware. If this malicious software enters to my computer, what happens? There was a question, right? Someone asked me, teacher, if this virus enters to the computer, what happens? These are the things which happens. Deletion, hiding or modification of data and information. It deletes information without my knowledge. It hides information without I know. It modifies the information without I know. Creation of new files and folders that do not belongs to the user. For an example, when I go to a folder, I find another folder inside that computer or inside that file, but I didn't create it. So these malicious softwares creates new files and folders which are not belonging to me. That is the second one. Third one, deletion, malfunction or alteration of the software behavior. Malfunctions mean error. That means, for an example, as I told you, if I open a software, it doesn't open. If I close a software, it closes my computer. If I close a software, it restarts my computer. So the behavior of the software changes. Understood? So if there are viruses in your computer, it might change the behavior of your software. It doesn't act as it was acting. Right. Next one. Decrease efficiency of the computer. We learned in grade 6 that the computer is having a characteristic which is efficiency. Right? Efficiency means it works efficiently and the fast. Right? So if there are any viruses or if there are any malicious softwares in my computer, then the efficiency level will be decreased. It won't work fast. It will go slow, your computer. Then you should assume, maybe there is a malicious software in my computer. For an example, if we are affected by viruses, we are not efficient, right? The efficiency will decrease, right? Like that. When the computer is affected by a malicious software, then it decreases the efficiency of the computer. Shut down the computer or restart again and again. Okay? Right. For an example, now we'll say there was a current failure or electricity failure in your house. Then is that mean that your computer is affected with a malicious software? Because I told you here, right? If the computer shuts down, then there is a malicious software. For an example, if there is a current failure in your home or electricity failure in your home, does it mean that your computer is having a malicious software? No, that is a reason. One reason. Okay, there can be a lot of reason why your computer is shutting down. One reason is if it is affected by the malicious software, then the computer will be shut down. Now understood? So for that, you don't judge once when the computer is shut down or once when your computer is restarting. Don't judge that, okay, 100% my computer is affected with the malicious software. No, it is one reason. Okay, you can guess, maybe there is a malicious software in my computer, maybe. Understood? Next one, usual behavior in computer networks such as sudden disconnection or malfunction of network and the inability to work with the network as usual. When you are connected to the internet or when you are connected to the network, suddenly maybe your network will be disconnected or you are unable to enter to the network, then it means there is a malicious software in your computer. Next one, unusual reduction in the capacity of storage devices. For an example, maybe you have seen when you are connecting a pen drive to your computer, there is nothing inside the pen drive, but when you are putting something into your pen drive, it shows as your pen drive is full. You can't copy anything into your pen drive. Have you experienced that? That means that pen drive is affected with a malicious software, right? So these are the damages which causes by a malicious software when it enters to my computer, right? So I will finish the class. I will stop with that, with this. Next week we will learn how to protect or avoid the malicious software, which is how to protect our computer from the malicious softwares. Hope everybody understood the lesson today. Until we will meet again at the next class, thank you for joining the class everyone and have a nice day.